Hello, friends. Welcome to another Dear Miss J, where today is J Day because every day should be J Day. So I'm going to put out a disclosure real quick. I probably should not be doing this today because I'm still in the process of recovering from a concussion, which is probably why I look so blah, I guess. However, I'm trying to be consistent with what I do, so we're going to jump right into it. If you see me pause, it's because I've been getting this weird head pain and it's getting on my nerves. So if I stop for a minute, then just call the paramedics. No, I'm joking. All right, so let's get right into it, friends. Let's see what we got today. So this is ID code 895, and the question says, how do you tell your ex-boyfriend that you need to stop being so close to each other because you have a boyfriend? So how do you tell your ex-boyfriend that you need to stop being so close because apparently now you have a new boyfriend that's not the ex-boyfriend? So, look, yeah, tell them. We don't know. There's no special way of saying this. The reality is, when you have relationships and your relationships are worth something, or they were worth something at the time you were in them, you all were friends, you loved each other, you cared a lot about each other, then you have a connection. You're connected. It's kind of like this, and then when things start getting rocky, it becomes like this, but you still have some kind of connection that you have formed, some kind of bond that you have with this individual. So if you do a relationship right, then you're friends first before you are anything. So yeah, when you move along, if it's not super messy, when you move along or just bad, then yeah, you probably still will have a rapport with this individual where you just want to chit chat, or you just want to talk, or you just want to say hello or whatever. So especially if you're the one that ended it and they didn't want it to end, or vice versa, one person might still want to hold on a little longer than the other, or still want to be more of a part than the other person. So it makes sense. But if you truly are friends and they cared about you, then they should be able to also respect that you are now in a relationship with someone else, especially if your significant other that you're with right now is not okay with you still having your ex-boo around and y'all hanging out. Now, some people in these new age relationships, it does not bother them. However, you have other people, they don't like it. They don't want y'all still chit-chatting and hanging out and texting on the phone. Bloop, 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 like the iPhone does. They don't want all that, okay? Because they're supposed to be out of your life, and now I'm in your life, and I don't want all of that. Frankly, Miss J, well, anyway, they don't even matter. But some people are okay with it, some people are not. However, you should be able to go to the individual and say, hey, this looks like I got some kind of cone thing at the top of my head. It's the way the light is hitting me, okay? It's just a flat head. I don't have a cone up here. Okay, anyway. Hey, boo, Tay, whatever the name is, Roosevelt, I don't know. Hey, look, I'm with Sasa over here, or I'm with my boo over here. Let me give her a name. Shanae. Let's say we with Shanae over here, or if you with Sasa over there. Hey, I'm currently now in a relationship with such and such, and, we can't be as close as we once were. Because if we're going to be as close as we once were, then we may as well stop being together. There's no need of us breaking up and then trying to still be together. That don't make no sense. So, yeah, just tell them, hey, respectfully, I'm in a relationship, and I have to give my time and my attention to the person that I'm with now. Now, if this don't work out, I'll come say, if this don't work out, sorry, if this don't work out, then I'm gonna come right back around to you. We're going to U-turn right back around, and we're gonna go ahead and resume what we had. But for right now, I'm gonna have to go ahead and devote my attention to Sasa or Sanae, and then I'm gonna get right back with you though. I'm gonna be right back. You just listen to this elevator music. I'll be right back with you. Boom, boom. No, I'm teasing, but seriously, yeah, I would just, they should understand. Everybody been in a relationship. You know how this crap goes. So they should understand. It shouldn't be difficult. Hey, I love you, but look, miss me, but let me go. I got to go. Send him the obituary. Send her the obituary and let them know I'm dead to you. I'm alive with Say and them over here. Okay? So no, seriously. Yep. I would just tell them. They should understand. They'll get it. It's not a big deal. Just let them know that you've moved along. Okay? And you'll be right back. I'll be right back. This regularly scheduled program will be right back. But anyway, yeah. Just let them know. They'll get it. They'll understand. Let's see. ID code for this one is 612612. ID code. It says, Dear Miss J, my parents have been living with me off and on. I'm thinking that's what that's saying. Off and on for the past 2.5 years. We do not get along, and we live together. But recently, they've experienced several acute strokes. Oh, Jesus, bless them. And since I am their eldest child, I've been tasked, with, I told y'all the concussions. Just forgive me, Miss J, if I can't read. I've been tasked with the responsibility to help them get well again and on their feet. Why am I meeting this with such resistance? How can I help without compromising my happiness? This is big. So my friend here has parents that have been living with them on and off. Sounds like they were in fine health at a point in time. And then at some point, they experienced some acute strokes. And goodness, if that's both of the parents having strokes, bless their hearts. Isn't that something? I mean, both of them experienced several acute strokes since I am there. Okay, so yeah, their parents, God bless them, seriously. Yeah, God bless them. That's my first thing, because that's something. But yeah, they both apparently have experienced strokes, and they're living with this eldest child, which is my reader, and they're taking care of them. They're trying to get them back on their feet. They're taking care of their parents, and they're trying to see how do they do that. Well, they want to know, one, why they don't with resistance, or why they're meeting much resistance, and then two, how can they do that and still maintain a level of happiness, not compromise that. This is big. This is big, and I'm going to speak, my reader, whoever's listening, from a place of experience. I, too, have been a child. I'm not the eldest, I'm the youngest, actually. I'm the baby. But I've experienced being in the space with taking care of my parents. My dad first was my mom, took care of him, but then I ended up taking care of my mom fully when she was down and out. Physically, she was sick. Yeah, so I will say this, and I speak for my reader when I say this, and if you don't agree with me, reader, please feel free to message me back to tell me. But, as adults, the circle of life sucks. Now I'm going to say that. The circle of life sucks. The circle of life I'm speaking of is how your parents have you, our parents have us, they take care of us into adulthood, and then as we get older, they get older, and then they become in need of our care and us taking care of them. If you are privileged enough, like myself, and it sounds like my reader, that you are able to take care of your parents, and that you can do that in-house without them having to be into a facility or like a convalescent home. However, sometimes that's the only option for some of us, where you're not in a situation where you can take care of them yourself. Either way, it's your good pleasure to take care of your parents, especially if they've been that of a parent to you throughout all those years. But when that crossword comes, when that time comes, it doesn't feel great. There's no pretty way to say it. There's no pretty rainbows to put around it. Sure, we can say, well, it's good as long as we still have them and all that kind of stuff. And it is good. It's a blessing for them to still be in our lives. But there's no pretty way to say that. It does suck to see your parents getting older. It's disheartening. It breaks your heart to see them get older, and then especially when they are met with physical challenges, when they are met with illnesses such as strokes and cancer and dementia and Alzheimer's and things of that nature. It's not a good feeling. None of it is good and feels good, but we take care of them. So that may be why you're met with the resistance. It's just because it's just a sucky situation. It's not sucky that you have to take care of your parents. That's not what I'm saying, sucky. It's just sucky that time goes the way it does, and we watch each other age, and it doesn't feel good. So that's where the resistance come in. If you're a young person, I guess I'm still young. That sounds appropriate. If you're a young person like myself, then you have much life to live. So that might be where a little like, I didn't sign up to work at Genesis. That might be how that feels. Or Genesis is a local nursing home, just in case my reader comes from afar. You all can tell me where you're from if you want. That's up to you. But anyway, that's just a little plug. Anyway, but yeah, no, yeah, we do what we do. We do what we have to do when we have to do it. It doesn't mean that it feels good. It doesn't mean that you have the best thoughts about it always. It doesn't mean that you're jumping up and down and skipping and doing backflips and trolloping through the daisies because you got a white butt. So that's not what that means. It just means you do what you got to do, because this is you. This is your responsibility. Like she said, this is what she's tasked with, and this is just what life looks like. And the fact that you're able to means, hey, let me do what I got to do. This is my mama. I don't care if I feel like it or not. I'm going to take care of mom. That's just what you do. This is my dad. It's just what you do. You take care of your family because they're your family and you love them. And if you're able to, you want to do what you can do best by them. So the resistance may come just simply because it's just not an ideal situation, okay? It's not an ideal situation to have to do it. You still have a life to live. You still have freedoms and things you might want to explore yourself, your own, I'm about to say something, I'm going to leave that alone, but your own things you want to explore and dibble-dabble. You want to dibble-dabble in. And sometimes when you guys stay home or you got to find a sitter for mom or find a sitter for dad because he's not well, then it does become sometimes a bit of an inconvenience to do that. And it doesn't always feel like the best of situations. But to answer your second question, which I hope I answered your first to begin with, but to answer your second question, the way you still do what you got to do, you grind, take care of your family, and still maintain your happiness is you just do. You take what I call turn-off moments. So turn-off moments for me are like a light switch on a wall. When the light switch is on, the lights are on, you can see everything, and you're on. When the lights are on, you're on. You're going, you're doing what you got to do, you're calling the places, you're doing this, you're getting doctor's appointments set up, you're doing everything. But when the lights are off, watch this, it's dark. When the lights are off, it don't mean you're in darkness. It means that you're able to then turn off as well. Lights on, you're on it. Yep, you do what you got to do. Yep, oh, okay. Friday at 5. Yep, that sounds good. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Oh, let me go to the store. Can I order a sandwich for my dad? Yep. That's it. You chilling. You chilling. Ain't nobody looking for you. Ain't nobody gonna see you. You do whatever you need to do. You chilling. Now, I'm not saying in the dark moments you need to go out here and start doing all kind of crazy stuff. Because I'm not saying because it will come out the dark, it's gonna come to light. It's gonna come to light. It's gonna come to light. However, what I'm saying is take those moments to be able to turn off. And turn it off does not mean, like I said, you're sitting here in a dark place and you're being depressed. That's not what I'm talking about. Ain't nobody sitting here tell you it's okay to be depressed and just be down and be sad and have a pity party. That's not what I'm telling you. It's actually quite the opposite. When the moments when you have the ability to turn off, whether it be for a couple of hours, whether it be overnight, whether it be for a weekend, do just that. Turn off. You don't have to worry about appointments. You don't have to worry about calling this person for that and that person. If you are able to have a space and time, even if it's while they're asleep and you are being intentional about waking up or being up while they're resting and just binge watch one of your favorite shows or eat ice cream or text one of your friends that make you laugh or just watch mindless television, whatever the case is, go to the store, hit the store, go shopping, retail therapy, honey. It does you good, okay? You get yourself some bags, get your little money. I don't even care if you ain't got no whole bunch of money. Go on and go look. Just grab a bunch of stuff, put it in your cart, go try it on the dressing room. Just act like you're going to buy it. Even if you ain't going to buy it, it does you good. It does you well to be able to do that. Go buy some of your favorite foods. Miss J is fat. My body's fat. But my soul matches the fatness on the outside. My soul is fat. So I appreciate some good food, some good snacks, some things that I really love. It just makes you feel so excited about being here. So go on to the store, get yourself some of your favorite snacks. Go to a restaurant, get a takeout of something that you enjoy, and allow yourself that moment to turn off. Now, us as women, men with responsibilities, women with responsibilities, mothers, children to elderly parents like we were talking about, it is hard for us to turn off. It is hard for us to turn that part of our brain off in a moment where we're not wearing. And when Miss J leaves to go out of town with her girlfriends and I'm going to just chill out or whatever, I had to make myself not. And I would still do it. I'll be up the road and I'm calling my husband. Did the kids take their no bites? Did they get ready for bed? They got the school clothes out? And he's like, I got this. Stop calling. Don't worry about it. Whatever. Now, sometimes I would come home and things would be a complete wreck. But I enjoyed myself while I was gone. While I was gone, it was nice. Now, when I came back, it was a whole other story. But I love him. He tries his best. But anyway, my point is it's hard for us to turn off and it's hard for us to do that. But it's necessary. It's necessary because the alternative to us being able to give ourselves those breaks is gone. You'll go mad. You'll go crazy. Insanity is an alternative to not being able to afford yourself opportunities to turn off and just say, hey, not right now. I'm not going to do it right now. Or I can't do it right now. Respite care is a real thing. It's through state agencies. You can get it hooked up with it. Where if you have other siblings, you said you were the eldest, I believe, but if you have other siblings that might, hey, just come sit with mom for a little bit. If you can pay somebody to come sit with mom and dad or, whatever you need to do. But allow yourself those opportunities to turn off because it is so imperative for your own mental health. I've heard it said before, the caretakers are the ones that go first. You can see a person taking care of a loved one that's ill or down or whatever, and then that person themselves, the caretaker, ends up dying or getting sick or having a stroke themselves or something happened, and the loved one they were taking care of, they over there good and living another 10, 15 years. What I'm saying to you is you got to make sure that you do take care of yourself. And this sounds funny coming from me because I've been hearing people say this to me since last Thursday. You gotta slow down, get a hotel room, take care of yourself. I don't even know what that means, but it is important. I don't not do it because it's not important. I don't do it for the same reason that you probably don't either. It's difficult to just do nothing, but I find the moments when I need to find the moments to do it. Before I walk in my house, I might sit in my truck for like an hour before I even let people know that I'm home. Things like that. I'll stop before I go home, get my little favorite food like I was saying earlier. So there are ways to find little breaks, little mental breaks, little breaks where you don't try to come away from feeling so exhausted, but finding something that makes you feel good and makes you feel relaxed and that you enjoy doing, whether it be like painting or going to the gun range, going skating, going bowling, rage rooms. They have things in place, honey. They have things in place. So male or female, do what you got to do to be okay and make sure that you're able to stay in a space where you can truly be a help to your family members, to your parents. Because if you're burnt out, you're tired out and all that kind of stuff, you're not going to be able to be much of a help to them. So that's that. All right. I hope I answered your questions. Again, dearmissj@gmail.com. Shoot them at me. It comes to my shish mail. I don't see a thing except for your questions. I will see you next week. Deuces.